Hi there, it's Lone Wolf, Full Territories Grid, and I'm actually on the grid. Of course I am. Da-da-da-da-da-da. There it is. So, I don't know whether you know, but I'm quite a big fan of Linux. And I've been using Linux Mint and Ubuntu and those sort of things over the years. And I got myself a new laptop, and it's very, very good. But it's an Asus, and it's a 2024 laptop. And the problem with it is that there's not a lot of drivers. The drivers don't really work, and I have problems with Firestorm where we just randomly reboot. So I've been struggling with it and trying different things, but I then just recently I decided to load a load of different Linux distributions onto a USB stick. For those of you who don't know, um, for those of you who don't know, Linux basically is free. It's an operating system. It replaces or adds. You can have it booting separately to Windows. So if you've got Windows or Mac, you can have it as an extra operating system on your PC. I like Linux because, as you can see, it's very clean. I've got no adverts. There's no things popping up or anything like that. It's really clean. And so I tried. Linux Mint is a very good one if you're starting out. And that's. But I've always been Ubuntu Debian. All my servers are Debian and Ubuntu, so I know how to run it. And but I was just getting really frustrated with being on conferences with people and things like that, and the grid, the the whole machine just restarting, and it was so frustrating. So I decided to try some different distributions and see which worked best with this Asus Duo 2024. And I've come across the Nobara project, okay, and it seems to be a really small team of people looking after it, and it's based on Fedora Linux, which is a pretty well known and pretty mature OS. Um, but it says, lots of things are absent from a normal Fedora installation. So they've kind of built in all the things. They've put wine dependencies, NVIDIA drivers. They've got different versions of it you can download. Let me just show you. If you go to download Nobara, okay, if you're new, I just go for the standard version. All right, but they've got the GNOME, KDE, Steam, so you can actually run it on a Steam Deck, which is like a little handheld computer there. So there you go, and it kind of looks like this. So I'm just going to give you a little look at what it looks like on mine. All right, so here it is. I've got like a start menu, and I've got different things in here. See how fast and pretty it is. Um, there's a package manager, and basically, so the way that you manage things, these are all the packages that are installed on the system. And then there's these things called Flatpaks. So you can see I've got lots of Flatpaks. If I want to install a Flatpak, it's real easy. I just pull up my web browser. I use Vivaldi. I really like it. It's got lots of features. So go to Flat Hub, and I just pick whatever I want to install from the FlatHub list. So it might be. So you can see there's lots of different things there as it is. So I can search for graphics. I don't know. I didn't decide what to install. Graphics, different lots of things. Dark table, font manager, image view. I've got image view already. GPU view. Let's see what your GPU is doing. There's just thousands of these programs, and they're all free. And so you just go to what you do. You hit install, and you just hit open like that, and you'll see what will happen is it will download it, and it'll put it straight up into the package manager to install. There you go. So I'd say confirm like that, and then it installs it. So it's really nice. It's really sweet. And it just works. So on top of that, I've got some other things going on now. Down here, you can customize this completely. So you just go into edit the widgets. Now I've got this is my favorite thing. Look at this. So this is a thing which. So let's say I like those colors. I'm going to grab that color, and then what it does is it stores them all. So I've got these two colors. So if I see some colors I like, I just grab them, and then they just sit there. That's just such a neat little thing. You can actually edit the task thing completely. So let's minimize that as well. So I'll just show you some other things. How, like, if you're used to Windows, um, so you can do things like desktop and wallpaper. So you can set your mouse actions, everything. You could just set all kinds of things exactly how you want. It comes with a load of wallpapers. Um, I quite like that one. Path, for instance. And you can do things like get plugins and everything like that. Uh, just apply that. So you can change the way icons look. There's just so many options. Even the way that windows appear. you can change. And normally I can change. I think it's going to be in sorting a flat pack at the moment. But so system settings, just to have a look at that. I've actually got this maximized, so it's kind of nice. You can actually change so many things. Printers, you just plug them in and they go. And as you can see, do you notice there's no clutter? I'm not being hit with lots of different things while I'm trying to get on with my work, and I find that really useful. I mean, I've got Visual Studio Code on here, which I used to code with, um, which is kind of cool. And everything's running native on Linux. The other thing is it uses Wayland graphics. So if you've been used to the old version of graphics, and some people have said to me, "Oh yeah, but it crashes all the time." It really doesn't. It just works. Here's the file manager. You can see I've got loads of different files. Really nice to use. You can do. Let's just get some files up there. Split that like that, and you can then go into pictures. So to install it, all you do is download the ISO and burn it to a USB key. So you best thing to use, there's something called Ventoy for that. So let me just show you that on where's my web browser? Just up here. Okay, so there's a thing called Ventoy, and what this is it's a tool that you basically install onto a USB key, and then you can just drag and drop ISOs onto the USB key. And ISO is like a disk image for an operating system, and then you boot your machine. Normally, you hit F8 or escape when you're booting, and it'll boot onto your Ventoy USB key, and then you can just choose the operating system. You can try as many as you want. So this is a really great tool. So using these things, you can have a go. I love this Nobara operating system. This flat pack's taking ages to install that one. I've got all my emails. I mean, this is all available on any version of Linux, as far as I know. This is Pegasus email, and it's got all the functions you'd expect from any mature email client. It's got calendars, contacts, everything like that. I've got it synced up to my mobile as well. So there's a thing called KDE. Oh, excuse me. That's for doing updates. There's a thing called KDE Connect. So KDE connects to SMS, for instance. You've got KDE Connect. So KDE Connect, I was using it earlier just for a test. Is that there it is? Okay, so there it is. And you've got different things like multiple. You can actually use it as an extra screen. So if you've got a tablet, you can actually connect it to this version of Linux and use it an extra screen. How cool is that? So yeah, if you've got, I'm normally online on the grid. So come on the grid, and if you want to have a chat about Linux, I'd be very happy to chat about it. I might do a meet and greet Linux soon on the grid, where you can come and see, where we can have a little chat about Linux and using it on a day-to-day basis. Maybe I'll do a little presentation. So this Sunday we've got the grid community meeting. That'll be a community hub. Come on over. If you're not a member of Wolf Territories Grid, you've never even heard of it. It's a world where you can just create stuff. Here you can do anything you like with it. It's got scripting language, and you can buy out your own regions for very little money. We're talking, $20, 20 pounds sterling for a month. You can have your own little region which you can build. You can have your friends around. It's loads of people on it. In fact, I'm surprised I haven't been messaged. That's mainly because the USA is asleep at the moment. So anyway, that's Nobara Linux. Worth having a look if you're considering Linux. Linux Mint is another one that's very good, but for this laptop, which is a 2024 Asus, the only issue I had is I had to fiddle with the sound settings to get it to output to the right speakers and things like that. Otherwise, all working really great. Thanks very much. Hope that's useful. www.wolf-grid.com. I'll put it in the old thing. Come and have a chat.